Hello everyone, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. If you would give me a second, I gotta charge this pad. So there's no one in here, but I will be right back. Let me move this big old pot of dirt out of your way. And let's see here. YouTube, oh, there it is, it just popped up. That's not what I want. No. YouTube. Subscriptions. Here we are. All right, I have you here, but I need something to plug this iPad in, and I don't think I have anything in here. We're gonna have a problem. I might not be able to see the chat. Hello, Cargo Hustler, how you doing? I've been watching some of your videos, by the way. You're definitely a hustler. You got it going on. What are you planting? Today we're gonna be planting herbs. Thyme, oregano, but I'll go through that in a minute. Let me move all of this stuff out of here. I got 8% on my iPad. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Give me 1 second. Let me get my other phone. All right, I'm back. I apologize. I should have prepared prior to going live, huh? I forget I turned this thing on. I never turn in my old phones for this very reason. There it is. It's coming up. So today we're going to be planting herbs. By the way, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Hello, Hoodstead Farms. How you doing? Hello, that's my art. How you doing? Welcome. So today we're going to be planting herbs because I planted all of these brassicas, and I don't, I'm thinking about my nails, but I'm going to get dirty anyway. I planted all of these brassicas, and the bugs love brassicas, especially collard greens. So in order to mask the smell of the brassicas, I'm going to plant some herbs to cover them up. I do want to harvest some of these herbs. However, I'm doing it mainly to cast a screen, a smell over my the ones that I really want, my crops. They are crops. The herbs are crops. But to mask the smell of the brassicas, because they'll just eat them. It may work, it may not work, and I don't want to have to resort to chemicals. I don't. I have some BT here, but I don't like using it. And then diatomaceous earth, well, that kills good stuff and bad stuff. So it'll take out your worms. Last year, I had to resort to putting Corey's snake and slug killer down because they were eating all of the turnips. And I eat turnip greens. So this year, because I did so well out there this summer by mixing everything in, I mixed everything in. I confused the bugs. That's the only way I get something. Well, let me tell you the difference. Last year I did it organized, right? On this side and on the side where the loofah is, it didn't hit it so bad until later on in the summer. But on that side, the bugs ate everything down because they could smell it. They landed right on it, and even on the table here, just outside the door. They landed on there and laid their eggs, and of course the little caterpillars that form from the butterflies came and ate everything down. To include my collards this summer, I replanted them. I don't want the same thing to happen, so this is what I do to get you in the mood. I don't remember the rest of the words. If you know, you know. So I'm just filling this tray with soil. I had someone ask me where I get the trays from. These are the trays that the seedlings are sold in. They throw these trays out and they'll give them to you for free. Well, they've been given to me for free for years. I believe that some of the seed growers are starting, or the seedling growers are starting to realize that people are using these to start their seedlings, and they're starting to make them mesh so that you can't do it. But you know what? I got enough. I got at least 30 of these bad boys, so I'll have them for a couple of years. This one is double because they start cracking because it's not, well, let me tell you. I bought seedling trays, and these have outlasted the seedling trays that I purchased from Wally World, and they're bigger, and you can leave the seedlings in there longer. The bigger the opening or the planting area, the longer you can keep your seedlings in there. So this is what I do. I am not gonna spend, how much was it for those trays at that time? About $10 for those little seedling trays when I get it for free. Just happened to be walking it by one day, and we have HEB out here. I just happened to be walking it by and saw these trays stacked up. And I asked the manager, I said, what you gonna do? He said, oh, we're gonna toss them. We just put them there until, we get a stack, and then, instead of going out there every 5 minutes to put a tray out there, we wait till we stack them up, and then we throw them out. I said, well, can I have a few of these? Or take as many as you like. I always ask, always. And even if they told me it was okay, I always ask, because I don't want to get accused of being a thief. That's not a good feeling. She came and she took our trays. She didn't even ask anybody. That we could have sold those to her for $1. Walmart is like that too. You gotta be careful in that store. I got to the point where I was like, I remember I'm not gonna say what store. I was in a store that I mentioned, and I scanned my seeds, right? I scanned them, and then I put them to the wrong side, and then I went back over, right? So after I finished, the little red light starts going on, like Roxanne, turn on your red light. Lady comes over and says, the AI, artificial intelligence, said that, I did not scan something. She said, did you scan everything? I said, yes. And she looks and she says, well, where are the seeds? And I scrolled it down for her, and I said, there are the seeds. I said, I don't appreciate you guys calling me a thief. Oh, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. It's just that you must have did something that alerted the artificial intelligence. And it's happened to me more than once at that store. So if I do go in there, I look for a cashier. I always look for a cashier. I don't want to be bothered with that foolishness. They got on my last nerve. I mean, I know that they're having a problem with loss, because they have loss prevention in there, but happened to me twice, 2 times too many. So who's there? H2O Savior, how you doing? So I got all my soil in here, right? So let's go ahead and pick some seeds. I'm gonna slide this forward, and we're gonna look through our seed catalog. I think I pulled all of the seeds. Excuse me, I pulled all of the here we go, making a mess. All of the herb seeds out. I have chamomile. Chamomile does not like heat. So it says annual beautiful small flowers make relaxing tea with a sweet flavor and fruity fragrance. And it says self-sow, keep moist until sprouts appear. Seeds require light to germinate. I didn't remember that. Okay, I'll put it over there. Maybe I'll put it in a cup instead. Do not allow them to dry out. Set out transplant after the first frost in spring. When plants are large enough to handle, go to direct seed after frost. Cut back immediately after blooms to encourage reblooming. So I'm gonna put this in a cup. Put this over here. Thyme. I planted some thyme. Joker didn't come up, so I'm just gonna plant it again with another type seed, because that's American seed over here. This one I think is burpee, and it's already open. I've used it once, so I'm gonna use it again. Thyme is one of them. Then I have oregano. I already planted these in spring. And remember, I'm in zone 9A, so we don't get cold, extreme cold, freezing cold until about December. So I'm gonna plant oregano. Cilantro, also known as coriander. This is one I have problems with. Parsley. Hello, Sharon Sunshine. How you doing? So I said parsley, chives, and this is another plant that does not like heat. Celery. I need celery. This is something I really use. Then I have dill here. Last time I planted dill, let me tell you something about this. So they say that herbs prevent bugs. Do you know the caterpillars were actually living and eating the dill? And I don't really care for dill, so we'll put this one back. And then I have, and then I have sage. I love sage. Love sage. I love sage. So I have 2, 4, 6, 7, and then that one right there. So let's get to it, all right? Make sure I got enough soil in all of these pots. By the way, the seeds that we planted a couple of days ago, most of them, with the exception of the Laciano kale, the contender beans, they've all come up. They're all in the grow station. I have it on a short. We're at, what, 2 to 3 days? They already all came up. They all require some light. So I put them in the light. Okay, so I have this here. First thing we're going to do is thyme. My hands are dirty. Uh-oh, this thing, low battery mode. Sharon Sunshine said, Jamaica, maybe one day, if you get time, you could have a short video on how to keep track of your seeds, etc. You know how I keep track? Because every seed comes up differently. Every last one, even if they're the same type of seed. Some seeds just are late bloomers. I leave them in an area that annoys me. This table right here, because every time I go out that back door, I have to look at this mess. And I remember to water it. That's how I keep track of it. And I started putting labels on everything because I was getting confused. I didn't know what it was until it bloomed or produced. So I had to try to stop doing that. All right, so we're gonna take some thyme seeds and we're gonna sprinkle it on top of the soil. Do not bury thyme seeds. They are like callaloo, small. I could barely see them. I see them bouncing around. I'm just gonna do 2 of these. Now, once you have thyme started, this thing can sit out in the cold. Thyme is a perennial. We had a freeze, and I took a blanket, one of them Wally World $5 blankets, little ones that you throw in the back of your car, and I threw it over the thyme, and that thyme is still alive. It's still out there. So that thyme is at least 3 to 4 years old. Thyme is hard. Once you get it started, it is very hard for you to lose it. So there's our thyme right there. Next one is sage. Hello, Miss Shirley. How you doing? Hello, Wellness with Frugal Mama. How you doing? So sage seeds are huge in the seed, in the seeds grand scheme of things. You see that? You can see sage seeds. I'm gonna break my table with my buckle if I don't watch out. So I'm gonna do 2 of those. I like sage, especially with things like squash, a little bit of brown sugar, some sage. Woo, 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 woo. I love sage. Did I say I love sage? So I'm gonna stick these in. Where's my little stick? Because they're on top of the soil. I don't know where I put my stick. All right, Jamaica. We gotta work around it then. Yeah, I must have moved the stick. All right. I'm just gonna bury these a little bit with my finger since I can't find my stick. Move it around, cover them up. The bigger the seed, the more you can move around. With that time, leave it right on top of the soil. Don't bury it. It won't come up. Just saying. So there's our sage. Make sure I use all of these. Okay. Put my packet right there next to it. Next we have, let's see, let me see, sage. I'll do chives. This one is not open. Wow, these seeds are old. This is from 2020. All right, we'll see. You know what they say, right? Or what I say, the longer you have the seeds, the lower germination you're going to get. Chives are a grass, so they're like my lemongrass. Once you get those jokers started, there's a lot of seeds in here too. They look good. They look like they're still alive. Let me show you the chive seeds because they're not small either. Oh, these are garlic. These are the ones I really want. These are garlic chives. I was just, I was saying I'm going to have to buy some garlic chives, and I have the seeds. Oh my God. Here it is. See them? That's about 12 seeds right there. Sharon, I just can't organize seed packets. I have a mess. Well, go to the Dollar Tree and get these. They have this in the school section or in the container section. And I just organize it in this, $1.25, and you have a seed holder. And then I just throw them on top of my seed thing. And I alphabetize them. First of all, no, I don't just alphabetize. I separate the fruit from the vegetables, from the herbs, from the flowers. It's 4 sets. So fruit, vegetables, flowers, and herbs. And then I alphabetize them. So I don't have a whole bunch, even though it didn't work because I bought a whole bunch of seeds anyway. You know, we got a problem. Once we start buying seeds, we keep on buying them. But yeah, apparently I lost track of these because I didn't know I had this. I am so happy. I'm happy. I'm going to plant a bunch of these because they taste like garlic. And I couldn't get my garlic to form good heads. So this is going to help me. Let me get a couple more. I put four pods of this. I'm not using all my seeds, by the way. Never use all your seeds. Never put all your seeds into one basket. They say eggs in one basket, right? There's a reason for that. So if something happens or you got bad soil, because there is such a thing as bad soil. Some soil has some kind of, you never know. You're buying this soil and you're thinking, because I buy my seedling soil. You think that the soil is good, and sometimes the soil has some kind of fungus or something in it, or some kind of insect in it, and you don't get good germination because whatever it is in the soil doesn't allow your seeds to thrive. So unless you make your own compost, or some people take their soil and put it in the oven and cook it to sterilize it. I don't go that far. I think if I have to go that far, I ain't gonna do it. Just have to trust that they did what they said they were gonna do. So our chives are in those 4 blocks right there. Next is, let me see, parsley, another one that failed me a couple of times. I have to plant some garlic chive. I've never heard of it. I heard of it, but you know how you hear things and then you don't hear things, because most of the time we associate chives with that onion flavor. This garlic chives, from what I hear, because I've never tasted it, it tastes just like garlic. It helps you with that garlic flavor. For those of us whose garlic doesn't bulb correctly, for one reason or another. Eventually I'll learn how to grow garlic. Garlic and onions. My onions are small, and my garlic, they never really form heads. They do, however, protect whatever they're near, because I planted garlic. Garlic that I got from the supermarket. If it starts sprouting, I break it up and put it in the ground. Okay, there's my parsley at 1, and parsley number 2. And I didn't move it very much. I just moved the dirt around in order to make it disappear, because these seeds are also super small. Let me see if I can show it to you. It's not going to really show up in my hand much. There's 3 seeds in my hand. Y'all see them? Those little white specks? I'm not going to bother to put those back in the pack. I'll just put them on top of this. All right. So far we have thyme, sage, chives, and parsley planted. What I have left is oregano, which I don't use a lot of. And I have a lot of oregano. It's making me rethink oregano. What I need is that celery. So oregano is right here. And then cilantro. I use cilantro too. So I have, okay, I know what I'll do. So I'm turning it around. Turn around. Ira Handwork, how you doing? Always JD, how you doing? Sharon Sunshine, how you doing? I tried it and the oven caught on fire. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can't be following these people. Oh, you can't be following these people on social media because they'll burn your house down. They'll help you burn down your house. My rule is I check 5. I check 5 different channels to see if what I heard is what I heard. Because man, I know you were afraid. Oh no. Always JD, parsley takes a while to establish. Okay. Ira Handwork says I used to, but garlic chives and it's an Asian, what is it? I used to garlic chive in an Asian market when I lived north when making Asian dumplings. So are they good, Ira? I love growing dill in the winter garden. I just love dill. What do you use your dill for? Because the only thing I know to use dill for is pickles. That's it. Maybe you could put it in, I don't put it in my potato salad. That ain't my thing. I don't like sweet potato salad. Well, I like both, depending on how I feel. I like that German potato salad. And does it have dill in it? I don't think so. So here is cilantro. Cilantro seeds. Cilantro, and then on the bottom it says coriander. It is the same plant at different stages. But cilantro seeds or coriander seeds, look at that. They're huge. Dill is good with fish. All right, I'll try it. Maybe I'll pull the dill packet back out because I wasn't going to plant it. So here's the cilantro / coriander. And someone told me to crack them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not having any trouble. I'm trying to crack them. I am not having any luck. There it is, cracked. He said to crack them open and they will sprout quicker. Because I was complaining during the herb garden challenge. When was it? I forget what channel it was, but yeah, it was an herb garden challenge, and I couldn't get these jokers to grow. They're taking forever. So one of the other YouTubers told me to crack it. So now I'm cracking them, right? All of them are cracked. Hopefully this works better than last time. So I'm going to sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. And I'm moving around with my finger till I don't see them. These I'm planting kind of deep. Apparently these seeds, what we see as a seed is not actually a seed. The seed is inside. It's probably a pod. Yeah, it's probably a pod. I have to look it up, but I was told to crack them. Let me put a couple of full ones in there just in case, that don't work. So I got 4 big ones right here in my hand. They do look like pods though. I'm gonna put one big one and one little one in each one. Hedge my bets, since that's the first time I'm trying it cracked. This fly is getting on my last nerve. You know how animals and bugs know that you're busy and they harass you. So there's our cilantro. Oregano. Here's the oregano. I guess I will pull the dill out. Here, I'm pulling the dill back out. I need to try it on fish. Dill is good on white fish. And I make rice dishes with dill. Allspice chicken soup. Okay. All right, I'll try it. I will try it. I gotta look that up. You can overwinter the chives. Okay, if they come up. Ye of little faith, they'll come up, Jamaica. They'll come up because these herbs, some of them are temperamental. I'll tell you that. Oregano. Oregano is super small. So I'm just gonna sprinkle oregano in there and leave it on top. And I'm not using a lot of it. So here's oregano. And there we go. Lay that right there. Here's a dill. Dill is a pretty plant, by the way. It's a pretty plant, but it does not stop bugs. The caterpillars were on the dill plant eating the dill. As a matter of fact, they prefer this. I guess it's a deterrent crop because the dill seeds are also are easy to see. Let me put them in my hand so y'all can see me. They look like bird seed. You see that? So we're gonna put that on there. Got about 5 seeds in each one. I'm just gonna stir it up, little darling. All right, Bob Marley probably talking about me underneath the earth. Leave my song alone. All right, so we got our dill in. I really hope my chives come up. There's a couple of them that I really need. The sage, the chives, and what we're getting ready to plant. Well, all of them are important, but, oh, and the thyme. And the parsley. I guess they're all important. I keep on going over and over again. So I have 4 pods left, and that's for my celery. Girl on my own, how you doing? She said, I have garlic chives in the garden for 4 years now. They come up every year. Oh, good. Well, these seeds are from 2020. I planted a lot of them, so hopefully I get some. So I can do that. Thyme is the same way. Did I plant thyme? No. Yeah, thyme is the same way. Once you get that joker to grow, if you don't let it freeze over and die completely, it will come back. It'll never. It stays alive. It's like an evergreen. You just have to make sure it doesn't freeze. It could take a cold though. All right, celery seeds. Do you see anything in my hand? Yeah, that's how small those jokers are. Celery seeds are small. So we're gonna put them, if I get them off my hand, they stuck to my hand. Celery seeds got me sweating. There's a lot of them in here. And I've had these seeds for a while. All right. These are from Baker Creek. Yep, they're from rareseeds.com. That's what Baker Creek's thing is. I am not affiliated with any of these things. I just know that I have luck with most, if not all seed stock. I have not had a lot of problems with some seeds. I did have some problems with some seeds that I bought online from like a unknown brand. So, but the rest of them, nope. So we have our celery seeds right here. So I told you that I now mark everything, right? Where's my grease pencil? Here it is. There's a lot of us who are having problems with the marking on our seeds. This is a grease pencil, right? Just type it in on the Amazing Store and it'll pop up. I finally bought some tags because, you know, I was disputing or I was protesting tags for a while until I was just getting so confused as to what I had grown or not that it just became almost impossible for me not to buy any tags. So we're going to do celery. We're going to work our way backwards. And this is D-Aline celery. It doesn't matter to me. Turn it this way. I heard, okay, who is that? Ira Hardwork, I am a foodie and garlic chives are great with Asian dishes. No Asian markets here, so I have to grow it. Garlic does not do well in a hot climate. That's why I'm having a problem because I'm in zone 9A. On to the next. That's my art. I heard you can put dill in tartar sauce. I bet you it is in tartar sauce because it has those little speckles in it. I always wondered what that was. As I put these tags in, I'm gonna pick up the packets that they're associated with so I won't get confused. On to dill. And this is Long Island Mammoth dill. So far I've used Burpees, American Seed Company. What is it? I don't have M.I. Gardner. M.I. Gardner, I got kale from M.I. Gardner. And then I have the Baker Creek. Baker Creek is just red seeds. Burpee, yeah. Yeah, I have Homestead Heart. I have seeds from everywhere. If I see something I want and I look for it, I try to buy from the same companies, especially if I know their seeds grow. These Dollar Tree seeds, they grow most of the time, with the exception of a couple of their flowers. Some of their flowers are suspect because I'm having trouble with some of their flowers right now. Most of their stuff comes up though. All of their vegetables, did I have any of their herbs not come? No, they all came up. The bugs might have got them after, but they came up. Cilantro, and it says cilantro on top and then coriander on the bottom. Same plant. Let's flip it over. You're gonna see my sloppy handwriting, but that's okay. So one side is done. Next is thyme, burpee thyme, which has come up for me already. This pack is probably with the one that's outside. Sage, my wonderful sage. One thing I regret from this summer's crops or from this summer's herbs is that I did not paper bag enough of them. That's how I dry my herbs out. I get a paper bag and I dry them. I'll show you a paper bag of one of that I've done. That you don't need a dehydrator. You don't have to sit it out in the sun. Put it in a paper bag and just sit it there. The paper bag somehow just dries it up and it doesn't mold. At least none of mine have molded. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, garlic chives. Another thing about these grease pencils is that after I'm finished, now these will not come off the marking, like unlike these pens that they give you to mark with, they come off if it rains. Grease pencil will not come off until you take it off. Let me give you an example. Okay, say I wrote the wrong thing on here, right? See, if the rain comes, it stays on there. Grease pencil stays on. You have to really, really rub. You got to really try to get that stuff off. See that? It's just like crayon. Just like crayons. A lot of us have had to guess and spell what we planted because the markings just, the rain came and washed them off. Except for me, because I didn't put markings on mine, so I ain't got no excuse. As I said, I'm like fast up, because you will hear me on previous videos saying I'm not putting markings there because I remember. Well, that's not true. I didn't remember. Last one is parsley, and this is Italian parsley. Now, there are some herbs that you're not going to see here. Example, lavender. Lavender has to go into the refrigerator for about 2 weeks. And what else do you have to put in the refrigerator in order for it to sprout? Artichokes need a cold spell. Lavender needs a cold spell. What else? What else needs a cold spell in order for it to come up? Those are the two that I could think of right now. There's one more. That's my washing machine acting up. Y'all hear it in the background. There's one more I'm forgetting about. Oh, spinach. Spinach is in the refrigerator. Spinach is 2 weeks. Your spinach is not going to come up unless it's exposed to cold. They have to have a fake dormant period in order for them to sprout. You'll just be wasting seed otherwise. So we got all of the chamomile. I forgot. We got one more to plant. So I read the packet, thank God, because this needs light in order to germinate. This is German chamomile, and I have a little cup here. I told y'all that if you see a cup in my house, I was raised by West Indians, right? Jamaicans. You see a cup or a container in my house or a bottle or anything, and it says one thing, you better ask, because it might not be what it says it is. You can poison yourself in some cases. You see a bottle that says vinegar, you're like, oh, I need some vinegar. Shoot, that might be alcohol rub. You don't know. You don't know. Don't just pick up something. Not in my house or any, in my opinion, any West Indian. I'm sorry, growing my own. You know I'm telling the truth. We reuse our stuff. We don't throw away nothing until it's no good or we don't need it. Not everybody's the same, but from my experience with my mama and my grandmama, don't you pick that up. You ask me what it is. But grandma, it says alcohol. Well, that's not what it is. Or grandma, this alcohol smells funny. That's because it's not alcohol. Haven't you learned? I don't know how I survived in that house. All right. I didn't have quite enough soil, but I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna do what I do to get by. I'm afraid to use this. Let me see if I can find a smaller pot. I don't have a smaller pot around here. It requires sunlight, and I do not have it. And I can't bury these. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll be right back. I got dirt all around me. What am I talking about? Get some from my poor, what is this, soursop? Soursop got plenty of soil in it that it's willing to share, right, soursop? If I get these eggshells out of here. Okay, the soursop has donated some of its soil. I'm just trying to take the eggshells out. All right, let me get all the big old bricks out because this stuff, these seeds are gonna go directly on top of the soil. And I left the 1 inch headspace there so that I could water it. Just pat it down a little bit. I'm just patting it down. I am not squishing it down. All right, chamomile. I made a mess. Okay, where am I? I'll catch up with the chat in just a second. These seeds are dust. They are dust level. So let me slowly sprinkle. There are also some seeds that they tell you, like in my garden sent me extra lemongrass seeds. It said because the seed is kind of puffy with lemongrass, right? And they said, we're sending you extra seeds because these are hard to grow. Mine came up. That's because I leave them on my table. And with small seeds, in order for them not to blow away, I take my hair mister, and I moisten them. Just to get them not to blow away. And with the rest of these, I'm going to do the same thing. And every time I walk by here, I either use this or I use this. A mister. Not as an MR, but a mister. M-I-S-T-E-R. I always miss this stuff. Keep it down. All right. So we have parsley, chives, sage, thyme. Oh, let me mark this one. Chamomile. I'll flip it over in just a moment. chamomile, which is right there. Move, clear this away so y'all don't have distractions. Here's my chamomile. And then over here we have cilantro, which is coriander, oregano, dill, celery, and celery. It's a lot, right? I hope so. Well, I know so. Usually my seedlings do well because I leave them right here until they sprout. And then I put them on the grow station where there's light. And every time I walk by there, I see that, I don't turn on a lot of light in my house because the electricity bill is just entirely too high. So the only lights I leave on constantly is the grow station. So that is like an eye, not an eyesore, but an eye opener, like it's different because it's lit up. And then this place, it's in the way. I put them in the way on purpose to annoy me so that I'll remember to keep on misting them or keep on spraying them. So let's get to the chat. Always JD, it took me all summer to get some chives. I almost gave up. Dill is my favorite, and parsley near the brassicas kept the bugs away. Okay. Dill did. Oh, parsley. Okay. Parsley. Okay. My parsley. I didn't have a good luck with parsley, but I planted it again. The dill, the bugs were eating the dill. There were worms on the dill. I think I have it on video. But, it's pretty. Dill is pretty. It's a weird kind of pretty, so I like it. I wasn't gonna plant it, but since someone said, "Uh-oh," let me turn my thing on. I just lost the chat. I just lost you guys. Let's see. It didn't give me no warning, no nothing. It just turned off. But the dill, they were eating it on camera. Let's see. I'm not connected to the internet. Y'all guys, forgive me. I haven't used this phone in a long time. Here I am. So if I didn't talk to you on the thing, charge it to my head and not my heart, because this thing is acting up. I'm just going to have to try to keep on going without looking at the chat. I cannot see the chat. I see you now. I'm gonna have to bring you guys closer. I can't see. This thing shut off on me. There are 33 of us in here. If you please, can you hit the like button for me? I'm having technical difficulties. My iPad just went on. I just like dill for the flowers and the smell. Dill smells like dill. And the flower is like a yellow flower, and it when it blooms, it looks like a yellow star. It's pretty. I like it. I really like it. And this thing is also giving me a hard time. Well, if I didn't talk to you, please do not get mad at me. I'm sorry, my iPad shut down on me. I can't see the chat, and this thing is not connecting to the internet. So I'm having technical difficulties. I can't see the chat right now. It is not too late for you to plant your seeds. Just keep on going. It's brassica season, and there are some crops that just do not like warm. They don't like warm, like the celery. Celery does not like worm. Thank you, no worries. Thank you. You guys can see that from here, but I can't see the name. So plant your celery. And make your celery salt. You can dehydrate celery. And when you dehydrate celery, it goes down to nothing. I promised you all that I was going to show you my method for drying out herbs. You do not need a dehydrator, a paper bag, and you go to Dollar Tree and get like 15 of them for $1, 25. Give me 1 second. Let me go get that. So here is how I dry out my herbs. Paper bags. Make sure I don't wet it. This is moringa. And people are buying moringa. When all you do is you strip the leaves and you put it in a paper bag and let it dry out. Let time and the normal air do the work. You're gonna pay for moringa, and moringa is easy to grow. It's super easy to grow. You soak those seeds for 6 to 8 hours, put them in the ground. Let me see if I can take you outside, and you will see moringa pop up within 10, 15 days. This is lemongrass. See that? All I do is stuff it in a paper bag with my dirty hands. They weren't dirty when I put the put the thing in there. And I loosely cover them up and throw them on top of the fridge until they dry out. Once they dry out, I go ahead and I put it in jars and I use it when I need to. Now, with the lemongrass, I make tinctures out of it. I go and I get some alcohol, some white. You can use rum or you can use vodka. Pick your poison. I use white. Use white. Do not use that brown stuff. Soak this in there. Put it in a bottle. Put it underneath your sink for a month or two, and it enhances whatever medicinal uses they have. You don't only have to do that with lemongrass. You can do it with anything. But lemongrass, man, you become an alcoholic if you're not careful. Don't drink a lot of it. You're not supposed to. It's supposed to be, used sparingly. You're supposed to use a droplet to do it. However, I'm not connected. I wanted to show you all my moringa and my lemongrass, since they are also herbs and we're close. I don't think I'll get cut off. So follow me. Follow me, guys. This is why I say it annoys me, because look, the door is right here. The back door is right here. My dogs think they're gonna come out. I shouldn't get cut off. So these are the 3 moringa seeds that we planted. Remember how I was talking about moringa a couple of weeks ago and saying just soak it for 6 to 8 hours and then plant it? Pick your poison. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. And this is the lemongrass. They said, my gardener gave me extra seeds, and I planted them in a small little thing, and it's a grass. So every time I harvest, I just chop off the top and I put them in the paper bag and I let them dry out on their own. What else do I have? That's something they say, it's hard to grow. Basil. This need to go in the ground. This is basil. Basil is super easy to grow. Super easy to grow. Y'all just saw me put some basil in there. I think I did basil. And it'll come up quick. This is one of the moringa trees right here that I planted at the beginning of the summer. It's fallen over. Once you get moringa, it's not going to go away on you. It's going to grow. It's going to grow. Here's another herb plant that they say, a lot of people don't grow. This is called bitter melon, but Jamaicans use it as sericea tea. Look it up. You can buy sericea tea, or you could just grow your own bitter melon. The only thing with bitter melon, look, I was wrapping up against my, it's wrapping up and tearing down my, my blueberry bush. It's an aggressive plant. So I don't think there's anything else that's an herb that's close where I don't want to lose you guys while I'm talking. So let's go back into the house. Now there are other herbs. You see that behind me? Those 3 plants? These are soursop. All 3 of these. This is the oldest one. This is the one I've had. This is one I got last year. It came in from Puerto Rico. It looked like it was going to die. I contacted the seller. He was like, he or she didn't want to give me my money back, and told me, well, it'll be fine. Bitter melon, amazing for controlling blood sugar and juice. I drink it as to clean out my system. It's called Cerecy tea. But I'm not a doctor, so y'all look up what Cerecy is or bitter melon leaves. You can use the leaves. That's what I grow for. I don't care about the melon part, even though the melon is supposed to be good also for you. Here's another soursop. People use the soursop leaves as, I'm going to fold down, as for medicinal purposes. So there's a lot of stuff that you can grow as, you can drink as tea. Basil, I drink, chew on a couple of leaves when I don't feel good, like if I have an upset stomach. But I'm not telling you guys that that works, although it works for me. All of them have something. Thyme, they say that thyme helps you. You gotta look all this stuff up. There is a book that you can buy. This one is one I had for a while. I don't use this one as much as I use this one. Then again, my family knows a lot of that stuff, so they're like, no, don't do that. Don't take that medicine. They don't believe you only take medicine when you need to. You absolutely need to. If the doctor tells you that you need to do it, well, try to find a way to try to heal yourself. But if you've already started taking medicine, don't stop taking it, because I've had a couple of friends get sick behind trying to switch from commercial or pharmaceuticals to natural, and one lady did not make it. So y'all be careful with that. Be careful. Once you're on that stuff, once they tell you that you have to take it, you don't have a choice, go ahead and listen to your doctor. Buyer beware. Don't just try to rely on herbs unless it's working for you and you're not taking any pharmaceuticals. I apologize to anyone that I have not addressed in the chat. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. We've been on here almost an hour. If no one else has any questions in reference to any of these herbs, most of them I've grown with the exception of the garlic chives. You must go off it slowly. Yeah, she did. I don't know. She was young too. That scared me. And it was blood pressure medicine that she just thought she was weaning herself off of, and she didn't make it. She was a young woman. So y'all be careful with all of that stuff. Do not. I recommend that you listen to your doctor. Thank you, Jamerica. Very informative. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she was my one of my cousin's mothers. But nobody's in charge, right? Be careful though. There are herbal remedies that you can use, but that's what they are. And if you are already on that the doctor's already prescribed you something, you've been taking it for years, don't just try to do it on your own. Go to your doctor. Make sure you're going to your doctor so that he could check and make sure that you're still okay, because she wasn't. She was determined she was going to take that stuff anymore, and it didn't work for her. Anyway, this is Jamerica. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It's Friday, right? Because y'all know I'm retired, right? Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. I hope you all have a good evening. I appreciate you all for staying with me this long. And I'll see you on the next one, all right? I'll update you just like I'm updating you all with the brassicas. I'll update you on these herbs. Y'all have a good day, and I'm going to sign out right now. Have a wonderful weekend, and I hope next week, next month, shoot, the whole year, we ain't got much left. This year went fast. Goes great for you. Bye, y'all.